So you have a firm sale on your property and now you're scheduled to close. What happens? I'm Tanya Evoy with the Evoy Real Estate Team RE/MAX Affiliates, and this is one of the most quiet points during a transaction that buyers can get a little bit edgy. Also sellers, right? Because you don't know what's happening behind the scenes. I'm here to pull back the curtain and tell you everything that goes on once we get an accepted firm offer on the purchase or the sale side. First and foremost, we send the documents immediately to the lawyer and the lender. There's two reasons. Obviously, they need to know that the sale has gone firm and they can start to do their process on their end. We maintain constant communication with the lawyers and the lenders if required for any issues, and we let you know. So we're usually solving problems before they happen, or if there's any delays in terms of questions or documents that are needed, we get them to them right away. So you typically won't be doing much of anything other than sitting and waiting, which can be frustrating, but just know that no news is good news. Then we're going to get updates from the lender, and from there we're going to be booking the final walkthrough. So if you're a buyer or a seller, you will often have a final walkthrough a couple days or the day before closing. The purpose of the final walkthrough is really important. That's in a different video, and be sure to watch it next. But the final walkthrough is booked and it takes about a half an hour to 45 minutes. You go through the home, you make sure everything is clear to close, there's no problems. And that's extremely important on both sides of it, because it's just that final like, okay, we're good, right? So we want to make sure that we have that scheduled in lots of time to avoid conflicts and finalize any details that need to be. The next thing is the closing appointment with the lawyer. So if you are a buyer or a seller, you're going to need to book your closing appointment with your lawyer. You're going to contact them, you're going to schedule, it's before closing. It's not when you get your keys, but it's when you sign all the paperwork. So the paperwork that they have, the mortgage instructions, all that stuff that they're going to do, that requires all your signatures. They're going to go through the statement of adjustments with you. They're going to explain every nook and cranny, basically, and answer any questions that you have about the specific contract. But at that point, you really shouldn't have a lot of questions. It's just to prevent issues and make sure everything's finalized from the lawyer side of it. The next thing is behind the scenes, we will typically finalize any details between agent to agent. So if there's documents, if you're getting your septic pumped and that has to be done prior to title search, then we'll make sure that we have that document and we send it to the lawyer. Or if there's any, inclusions or exclusions that weren't actually in the offer, but like building supplies or extra paint, things like that. If it wasn't in the offer, then we're going to have to deal with that separately, and those questions might come up. So that's what we're doing during that time frame as well. Ultimately, everything that you need to do is done except for booking with your lawyer. And then of course the final walkthrough. But if you have a great team or a great agent on your side, they're gonna reach out to you and let you know everything that you need to know. So rest assured, we're taking care of it, and no news is often good news. We like to keep our clients updated as much as possible so that if there's any questions or problems that arise, we can deal with them before they become too big. So I'm Tanya Evoy with the Evoy Real Estate Team RE/MAX Affiliates. If you have any more questions about your purchase and sale or the process, we would love to chat with you. Please feel free to reach out to our team today.